Got the van in, now I'm waiting for it to thaw out a little bit because it's a bit, well, frosty and drippy all over the place. I've got some last food jobs to do before it goes in for its MOT. And this morning is really the last chance I'm going to do out with it because I've just got to move on. What I can't do, the garage man will have to do. But I'll work through this bit. Hopefully we'll be sorted by dinner. Well, I had fun and games the other day. We had a horrible breakage which buggered me up. So today we've got a new cable put on there. Don't particularly like this. Don't like this end, positive end, but it's going to have to do today, and at some point we'll change it perhaps. tighten the bolts into the seat. The fourth one, that's probably the trickiest one. When it started, it might be around. There we go, so that's on there now. Nice and secure like that, and it will bring it back. I'm going to slide it forward or back into position. Back on it, but I've got an issue there because I broke it there, look. So that goes on there like that to cover it all up, and then the handles go on there. The handles go on here, but I broke that, look. So I'm going to have to repair that one, but I'm not too worried about that at the moment. That's another job for another day. The main thing is to try and get it back on the road. So now we move on to the next project, which is putting the other seat in, I think. Took some doing, but they're in now. Now I've got to see what's next. This fun adventure. Do that next before I attempt to put the bench seat in. Flip him round there just to tidy him up. I think we're right with that. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'll have to go around the other side to see that properly. A bit fiddly to get in here, but we'll give it a go. The three fixings. Or three. Luckily it's a stud going through, so I've only got to actually get the nut and the washer on it. I should be in a position then just to crank them round, all being well. That'll breaking my arm under the bracketry. These seats are comfortable in these transits, but they're awkward to work round. You don't need to be taking them out very often or fiddling about with them. But we'll get there, won't we? That. Right, that's got the handbrake fixings in situ. Now we just need to hopefully tighten them up without too much trouble. It should be the old ratchety once we get them on tight enough. Yeah. I'll tell you what, let's pull it a bit tight with this one. Just out with. Yeah, they don't need much pulling through at all. The top one's a funny one. Can't seem to be a deep one for some reason. Right, let's get that there. So that's the handbrake. Oops. There are your 3 fixings for it, 2 and 1 above, just about to. So that should be safe now. Now the next thing, I need to sort out this side of there, and also we've got the fixing for the seat belt as well, so let me try and sort this one out. Right, just stop for a brew. I couldn't show you me struggling to put the seat in because it was a bit of a pig just to lift it up and put it in. I've got it in, and now I've got to sort out the bolting bits for that, because I keep losing bits as I go along, but you'll see. Let me turn the camera around. On here, a normal washer don't cover enough for that, and because it's a mountain, it's got to be something a bit stronger, so I've put a repair washer on there, which gives it a bigger area to pull down. Also, I've gone with a button-head button-head socket screw, which is an higher tensile than a hexagon bolt. They're normally 8.8 grade, and obviously doing a job like this, it needs to be a stronger strength one, so I think this one would be adequate. The ones that came out, I'm not using them because they got a bit chewed up getting them out, but I'm confident that this will be more than adequate for what it needs to do. Well, I've got the vehicle anyway, because I don't go more than 50 to 55 miles per hour. I don't think I go much faster than that anyway. Right, that's another one done. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Run out of light now. That needs charging up. Shall I see if I can find the charging point for it in a sec. I can manage this one without that. Now the rubber's in. Try and put the doorstep back in. Which should be okay, but it won't be because of the welding. It's going to affect some of the holes, so I may have to drill and tap again, but we'll just put it into where it needs to be and we'll see how we get on. Once that's in, that'll look alright, won't it? So we'll have a jiggle with it and start bolting up. Firing, and I'm not in favour of tome at the moment, although Kaz is attempting to be fair with me. I think it does stress her out a little bit, and it makes me feel guilty. So I've got to try and get this job done. It needs doing. It's been hanging about for such a long time. Should have really done it before winter instead of attacking it over the Christmas holiday period, but the sun is shining out there, at least that gives us a little bit of hope. Right, I'm going to crack on with it. I'll show you some bits as I go along. That's not quite wanting it. That seems to be working. One's okay. Next one. Seal off. One. Put the back in. Look at that one. Not sure it's got an hole in it or not. Where are we? Well, there to that hole there. So there's a thread in there. If not, I shall have to put one in or drill and put a bolt through. And then there's two on the underside which I've got to do. So we don't need to film this bit. No, I can't do this on my own, single-handed. But what I'm going to tell you I'm going to do is work my way along, indicator, get the right bulb in there. I'm going to wire wool the terminals. I'm going to spray it with Lexolve and then test one and then work along all of me. I know that's a 12 volt 21 watt bulb. So I should try and get that indicator going and then put one in the other side and just work my way through them because I'm not that good with my wiring. So let's see how we go. Right, I'll have another go. First thing I did was just change the bulbs over. Just see if that'll do it. Left hand indicator going. Now we'll work on the right. Right hand going now, so that's two of them. Let's go again. Right, they're on. It looks like a van again. Now we've got mud guards to do and then a little bit at the front. Okay. One more guard on. A mud flap, or whatever you call it. And the other one. I ain't got a lot more to put on this now. There's some bits missing in that corner which need a bit of work. Got to work my way around that. Then that's all I can do, I think. I'm going to have a look at that now. Well, that's took about an hour more than it should have done, but hey ho, this is what happens. These screws along the top, I've had to open them up, tap them out to the next size up because I've fitted it on nicely, 2 bolts underneath. Then I realised I hadn't put the foam bit that holds the jack in place in. So I took it all out and then I realised I couldn't get to the back of them to get the nuts in because the foam insert was blocking the way. So I had to stop and think, how can I get around that? So I've gone to size 8 screws, M8 rather than M6s. So I've got it in. I've got to go back to my Google to find out where the jack and the spare wheel handle fits, because I cannot find out how it goes in there. I've got the jack and the wheel nut brace thing to go in there, but there's no way I can fit that in there at all. So I'm going to Google, see where everyone else puts them on these vehicles. It does allow me to just tidy that up. That needs a wash down, but hey ho, it's done. Right, so that part of the job's done. Now we move on to the next bit, which is trying to get the rear lights working. So we'll have a look at that one in a sec. We've got the door seal in. One more guard on. A mud flap, or whatever you call it. And the other one. I ain't got a lot more to put on this now. There's some bits missing in that corner which need a bit of work. Got to work my way around that. Then that's all I can do, I think. I'm going to have a look at that now. Just as an afterthought before I close this episode, once again thank you everyone for looking at it, subscribing and liking, those that have. We're just battening down the hatches here for Hurricane Eugenie, or whatever they call it. We've got further things to do and say on the next one, but the last bit of info today is that, apart from getting the van MOT'd obviously, I've got it booked in for the ferry as well, so things are moving at a pace. We're still geared up for going at the end of April, and hopefully the next month I'll be able to give an update as to where we are with it all, and obviously the impending retirement plans as well. So talk to you soon. Thanks again. Bye for now.